All right, another nice weekend, taking advantage. I'm always chasing Brian around with the camera. He's already out there at the driveway, so he's working on improving the drainage of the driveway. So there's a section at the beginning of the driveway where he widened it, and he wanted to push the drainage ditch over. So I'm going to go try to catch him and get it on film. So this is where there's a little culvert that goes underneath the driveway, and so Brian's got to create a drainage ditch that comes down the driveway and goes right here to the culvert. So remember when we did the tractor review, we talked about the tractor going through a regen cycle? So it just barely turned on, of course, right when we're trying to do work, right? But there's been a lot of heavy use on the tractor this summer, so I'm not surprised that, I think it's maybe been 4 or 5 weeks since the last regen cycle, so it's time for another one. So it's gonna take about 15 minutes before we can continue this job. So the whole point of digging this trench is that you wanted to move it away from the edge of the driveway, right? Because it was really close.
It was like a foot away.
A foot away from the edge of the driveway. So it created a lot of problems with just making that side of the driveway really soft.
And when you're snow plowing it, you're getting down the ditch, and in the springtime, Carl it gets so soft, his truck buried up to the axle.
Yeah.
And I got stuck with the tractor too.
So it's easy to get stuck, so we're trying to get the drainage away from the edge of the driveway, but to encourage proper drainage, you definitely need that ditch.
For sure.
Yeah. It's not super deep.
Yeah, there's so much runoff just comes down. This whole area with heavy snow is just a sheet of water coming down the hillside.
Yeah.
So you really need a long trench.
Yeah.
There's not like any one spot where there's a little river.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when we first started the driveway, it was just dripping everywhere.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And it's not really, it's for rain as much, because we don't really get those kind of rains. It's more for the spring melt.
The spring thaw.
The spring thaw, yeah. So right now, just putting this into the culvert that's already been there. And are you going further up to the corner, the inside corner?
All the way up.
Yeah, okay. And what about the hill? Is there any kind of drainage that we're going to do for the hillside of the driveway?
Over up there?
Yeah.
Well, it all comes down and it should get captured by this drain, this trench.
Okay.
It kind of comes this way, so I think we'll be okay. The trench really goes up into the woods a little bit.
Yeah. And as far as like the keeping that hillside soft, because it does still get wet even with the way the drainage goes.
Yeah, so I was thinking of maybe just making a little, where the spring comes,
Yeah.
leave like a little brook down there.
Okay.
It might be nice.
I guess this is the critical spot where you're trying to make sure you've got, it'll drain down into
slope, yeah.
Yeah, you want a good slope.
It needs to come down a little bit, but I think it's loose enough. I just need to shove
There. And then we'll show you how it drains. So on the other side of the drive, here's where it drains out. And then this is our neighbor's drain for the front of their house, and then it kind of follows a little bit of a stream down into those willows over there. That's kind of where the moose hang out. It's where the wettest land is. It's kind of like the bottom slope of our property, you know, kind of low point right there. So that's the direction the water goes. I should say that's the direction we want the water to go. So the trench from the road down to the culvert here. And now he's doing a second. Now he hasn't fixed the spot yet, but trench back there into the woods, because that really is where so much moisture comes in the spring thaw. I was just going to ask how much more you're going.
This gets sopping wet
Yeah.
in the spring and half the summer. So
Yeah. Oh, the ground's still pretty moist.
yeah.
Just looking at the dirt, you know, it's pretty moist looking dirt.
You go down past the grass level and it's rock hard.
Oh, okay. So what I was wondering is if, this is my idea I was thinking, I'll show you. See how that cistern's right there. I didn't know if you were thinking of cutting something along the hillside of the driveway to encourage the drainage to go down to that cistern, maybe with a little culvert.
Well, the cistern has a spring already.
Yeah.
I don't want runoff to go in there. I'd rather the water come out of the spring.
Oh. So
the spring comes out right in here. You can see the moisture
yeah.
right there. See that?
Oh yeah, it's wet.
So I'd rather that just drain. What I want to do is come down here and clean all this crap out.
Yeah.
Put some more of that decomposed granite
Yeah.
or the granite sand in here.
Uh-huh.
It'll filter it more. And then repair
Yeah.
the cistern.
Yeah, some folks know we have this cistern, but a lot of probably folks haven't seen it yet.
Yes.
But this was on the property originally when we bought it. It's probably
It was put in 1968.
1968. So
You can find it on the state website.
yeah. So because of the cistern, we have water rights on our property to use.
There's water in it.
Water down there. I wonder if there's any frogs.
Never measured it, but
Yeah. So, but the moose come down in this little nook a lot. I think eat some of the greenery that's down in here. Stays wet. Look at all the bees. See how the yellow jackets, and just saw a honeybee crawling over the ground here, getting some water.
yeah, I'd like to repair this.
Yeah.
Rebuild it, maybe brick around it,
Uh huh.
shore it up.
Mm-hmm.
Put a new lid,
Okay.
lighter lid.
Yeah. So, any other plans for the hillside of the driveway?
Maybe zigzag. I won't do it today, but zigzag the spring down, make it like a little brook.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean now. You're putting stones in around where the culvert is.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. You said you're going to go pick rocks, and I'm like, haven't you had enough of that lately?
I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
Lately.
So my question about this is, how come this side's not connected? Or is it going to be?
It's going.
It's going to.
That right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I haven't shoveled it yet.
Okay. That's a simple answer to a simple question.
Yep.
Okay. So hopefully all that rock keeps the dirt from clogging up the culvert right there. Keep the dirt and the leaves out. Keep the dirt where it's supposed to be.
Should help.
So I guess the one cool thing about this year is that we're getting a lot of projects done before we need them done, rather than as we need them done.
About that.
That feels really good.
Not waiting till the last minute.
Well, it wasn't a matter of waiting. It was just things were happening faster than we expected them to. Well, you think that'll do the trick, huh? For the spring?
Yes.
Give a place for the water to go. If we ever get water again.
Yeah. I think I'm done.
I think so. You're like, this won't take very long. Famous last words. You're like, I'm just going to dig that trench. It's not going to take very long.
It didn't take very long.
No. We still have daylight left.
Half an hour.
Yeah. There you have it, folks. A 350-foot trench dug today for the drainage on our driveway. So hopefully next spring we won't be wet down here at the bottom of the driveway. It'll all drain off where it's supposed to, and we'll have a nice solid driveway. If we ever get moisture again, right? All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.